Hello everyone, it is November the 10th. I have a few channeled messages for some of you out there, so stay tuned if you feel something resonates or may resonate with you. Anytime that you feel like you should click off, please follow your intuition with that. Or if you're watching for entertainment, then hello. So, first message I'm getting is Shenyun, Shenyun. This is a play, or I'm not sure if if the studio is a performing arts studio or just a play, but it's called Shenyun, and I'm seeing your energy and the energy of this play and you being pulled there. And it's a big meaning like the energy, the vortex, the energy pulling you to Shenyun is very big, very big. And when I say that, I'm starting to get chills and my heart is aching. Like the center of my heart heart chakra feels like it's opening and aching in a good way. And what this feels like to me is multiple things. You're either Chinese, you are being called to go watch this performance, you are connected somehow to ancient China, or because it could be a lot of these, or it's the belief practices of ancient China, the feeling of liberation, pulling away from a communist environment, a lot of different reasons why, but it's maybe this is something that you are being pulled to go see. If you aren't any of these, they're saying like it's very important. Shenyun is extremely important. I cannot seem to emphasize this enough to look into this play. Shenyun, SHENYUN.com. They should be performing this year, or they're going to perform this year. They've been performing for several years, but it's important that you go there. And this rooster, it's a little cast iron rooster. I've been playing with this, messing with this since yesterday. My attention kept being pulled to this rooster since yesterday, so I've been holding on to this. That tells me I've been feeling your energy since yesterday, or longer, honestly. It kind of feels like 2 days. So yesterday and the day before, so November 9th and November 8th, I've been feeling your energy. And does this feel like I'm getting up and walking around so I can readjust things that are distracting me and also just pick up on the energy a little bit more. So what I'm getting is you're the rooster, and I'm seeing past and present. I don't know if 1978 is Year of the Rooster, but I'm seeing 1978 being an important year or important number. 1978 and Year of the Rooster. And then I'm seeing the rooster here in the center is what I'm showing, rooster, and the past and the future. And they're saying amazing, the word amazing. This is amazing, that is amazing, something is amazing, these years are amazing. Something in the past, Year of the Rooster, something amazing happened associated with you. Something in the future for the next Year of the Rooster is going to be very amazing for you. Those two are being highlighted very intensely. As I say this, my heart chakra is so aching. It's aching so much. It has something to do with your heart. Heart opening, heart awareness, heart connectedness, love from someone who's passed away, love for, but these are options that I'm saying. I don't know, since I'm not talking to you. You should be able to understand where this is going. 1978 is very important here. or you can look up the angel numbers, or you can add them all up for numerology and see what that turns into. 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 8, something around there, something with that number. And then Shen Yun. So this is all connected to that same person. But as I say this, they're showing me another energy further away, and they're showing me the groove between this rooster. Like, it makes me want to pet the rooster. They're saying, like, petting it. Like, I really want to get in there and I can't reach it. My finger can't reach it. It's causing a little bit of frustration. So if someone actually has a pet rooster, someone is a farmer, there's a connection here with a rooster, like a physical, actual rooster, and they're connecting this energy to this rooster and petting the rooster. So they're saying, like, they want, your guardian angels are saying, like, maybe if you had it one who has crossed over already, there's like acknowledgement of like this rooster coming through, which is interesting because I usually never get animals. But it feels like compassion, like this compassionate energy. So it's like a gratitude, or if you have one that's still alive, that's not to say that it's going to pass away. It's their energy coming through to show gratitude of your compassion towards this animal. Something there, and this is a separate energy because I can feel you and how it's loosely connected. They're showing me these little webs, like a very thin web of energy. And then my guardian angels are highlighting how the beauty of the interconnectedness of people. And then they're showing me this, now they're showing me a third energy. The third energy who could be connected to this second person I was just talking about, okay? And this person, this third person, they're connecting everything here. Of how we're all very similar. Everyone's very similar. And they're showing me how this story of like waves, ocean waves, and how all the waves crash to the shore. And that's showing people, like energies, like we are waves that always crash to the shore. And yet we are a separate wave. So it's like when you connect to someone that you hadn't talked to in a long time. Let's say you're going to a reunion, because that's what I'm feeling is a reunion energy. So someone is reconnecting with someone from their past. They're planning on it, they're about to, and they already have. So it's all of these things. It's like you are planning to reconnect with a big group of people or several people, and you've already connected with someone from your past now. Or they're anticipating you're going to meet with one person very soon from your past, and then from there you're going to connect with the bigger group of people from your past. It feels very much like a reunion, like a high school reunion, or, you know, something like that, right? And they're saying, okay, it's making me laugh because it feels like a relief, like the person this connects to, it feels like a relief, like, oh my gosh, thank goodness you're talking about this, because this has been weighing on my mind, because you have changed, you have evolved as a person, as we all do, but there's something very radical about your change in the way that you perceive things. Let's say that you were a very reserved and shy person in the past, and now you're this outgoing, I heard the word vivacious or voluptuous, like you're just like very colorful. The way they're showing me is like this colorful, vibrant person, while before you were very much, they're showing me and calling it beige, which I love beige. It's very beautiful to me, but the way that I'm seeing is like, but you're not beige. So that's why it feels so clammy and unnatural, because that was never you, but you felt like you had to be beige when in fact you're colorful. And they're showing me flowers, and they're showing me like how beautiful like greenery is, right? Like green flowers, or like oats, or, you know, what is that popular thing? We have it all over here. It grows like crazy, but people have been cutting them and putting them in vases now. I can't even think of the name right now. They look like little feathers, but anyway. So it's like, that's very beautiful, right? But then you think about mums, or you think about daisies and violets and all these crazy colors, right? They're both beautiful in their own right. And they both have a place in the garden. And yet you were playing as if you were one thing when you were another. It's like you refused to bloom. You're the flower that refused to bloom because you wanted to relate to other grasses when you were in fact not the grass, you know, and you have a place because you're the standout, right? They're showing me this botanical garden. They're kind of showing me like feng shui in the garden. I'm sure not really like Zen garden, you know. And so you establish the plants in certain ways, and then let's say like an azalea, and how you place these azaleas where they're evergreen, right? And then they explode in color in different seasons to create this portrait of this beautiful landscape. And it's like you were the one that refused to bloom, and they're like, come on, do it. And what you needed was this separation, right? This reunion is happening because you had this huge separation from people, and that gave you the allowance. It's like it cleared the way, it cleared around you, because you weren't blooming because your roots needed to establish, which was it feels like a painful process, but it didn't, like in retrospect, it kind of doesn't feel painful, but in the moment it felt painful. And so they're saying that you had to establish your roots to really grab those nutrients to create the blooms that you have been yearning to bloom. And now you have this, it's not necessarily a fear, I don't feel, but it's like this feeling of like, should I? You're kind of toying with the idea, or just, I'm not sure what it is. It's probably a little bit of everything, where you're like, well, when I see these people again, or when I see this person again, I have this inner, like, it feels, the word I'm getting is lack, but you don't feel lack, but it's like, I feel like I'm gonna have to kind of like be the grass again. I'm gonna have to cut my blooms, drop my petals before I see them, because their expectation of me is whom I was. And yet what your guardian angels are indicating is they have no expectation about you. They're gonna meet you where you want to be. So don't worry about it. They don't care. They care about you, and how you evolve is, they're not gonna, the only person who's overthinking it or thinking about it heavily is you. If you come in there completely different, if they ever made a comment like, wow, it's like, that's it, then it's a fleeting moment, because all that time apart, they have grown, they have changed, they have evolved. It's like they're very accepting of you, and they don't hold you to the same standards or like this rigid belief system that you're holding yourself to, which technically I don't feel that you are, but it's a fear. It's this feeling of like, I need to meet their expectations of what I think they're going to expect when they don't have expectations. So you're placing false expectations in their mind. You know, you get what I'm saying. So don't worry about it is basically what your guardian angels are saying. Don't worry about it. They are indicating that people will care, but it feels like an outside. So it's like, here's the vicinity of the people close to you. It's like, this is how I'm seeing it, is you connecting with one particular person, or like a very small group of people, 2 to 3 max. And then from there, you get a bigger core of people, which are also somehow close to you or orbiting around you. And then beyond that are people that are like, you barely even know them, you don't even care. And they're the ones who are going to be like recognizing the biggest change in you, because they never knew you. These people knew you, so they saw it in you anyway, before you probably even recognize it in yourself, right? And they're just, it's kind of like the closer you are to someone, the more that you actually see who they really are, right? So it's not a surprise. And not only that, but they just don't care, because they care about you. They don't limit you into a box. They just don't. And so then they're showing me the people that do, you wouldn't even bat an eye. That would not bother you whatsoever. It would not hold you back whatsoever. There's no concern about that at all. They're showing me, they're bringing me back to the waves. And they're saying this specifically of how we're all riding waves into the shore. We're all doing that. And yet you come to realize, like, it's a relief to come to realize we're all connected. We're all doing the same thing. We're all moving in the same direction, and yet we're riding separate waves. It's like you have your own journey. You have your own system of beliefs. You have your own way of doing things, and yet you're going towards the same common goal as somebody else. And it's amazing when you connect to someone on a deeper level, or even sometimes on a more superficial level, but realize things that can pick up where they were, and that there's so much commonality in that. And it's just like really comforting. It's a feeling of comfort and relief that things aren't as harsh as maybe you had perceived them to be prior to that. Like you anticipated something much more harsh and divisive and almost black and white, and yet it's not. It's all blending so beautifully together, and it's very, I hear precious. It's very precious. This connection is very precious, or this experience is very precious. And then they're showing me, it feels like it's still connected to this reunion energy, and maybe they're trying to explain it further, but it also kind of feels like a separate energy, so I'm not quite particularly sure where this goes or how this goes, so I'm going to talk it through. But they're showing me a person. Hold on. What are you supposed to tell me? It's almost like if someone had married someone or had a kid with someone, and then it didn't work out, and now you're facing people from your past that knew you when you had gotten with that person. So you've been avoiding them because you're like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want them to be like, see, I told you so. I don't want them to like judge me to my face because I feel like they're already judging me. It's like, or are you getting back in the dating scene? But it feels more of like you meeting with people, and it's like, what are they gonna think? Or like, what are they gonna say? Or like, how do I get past that first? It's like that initiation. It's like, yeah, let's talk about the hard stuff so we can kind of get past it, when it's like, it's not going to be hard at all. That's what they're showing me. It's like, you really have nothing to worry about. You really, really don't. That's like huge confirmation that you have nothing to worry about. Where are you taking me now, guardian angels? Anything else? I'm seeing, I just saw a pond and a child, it looked like a kid, putting their feet in the water. Like they're sitting down, like if you were at a lake where you're at a pond. It feels like a pond, like a lake would also work too, because it doesn't feel like it's connected to the ocean. I mean, it doesn't, not really, because it feels like it's in the center of land, right? Like you know, it's inside a land, and they're sitting down, and it feels grassy, and they're putting their feet in the water, near the water. That's all I'm getting. I don't know why I saw that, but I did. Co-create. That would make perfect sense to me, but is there anything else? So it's the number 40, okay, and 40, it feels a dual message, like 40 is important, but 4 is more important than 40. Like 40 would be like an age or something, like 40 years old. And it's like, that's not important. The number 4 has a deeper symbolic meaning. Or you can even, they're even showing me 20. They're like, break it down to 2 20s for some reason. So like 2020, maybe hindsight or something, 2020 vision, right? Or like seeing things clearly. And then I just looked up and it said 2020. So it is definitely 2020. And 4, the number 4, but 4 feels more symbolic. Like, I want to just really explain this because I don't know if I'm explaining this as accurately as I need to. 4 as a symbolic meaning, whether this is an angel number or you're seeing 4s everywhere, something like that, right? Like that's a symbol of something else. 2020 is more specific, like real life, like, I don't know how it was like, oh, 2020 vision, like perfect vision. I know that's still symbolic, but it feels more earthly, like worldly. Or if you have 22 20s in your pocket, you know, it's like something like, or your wallet, you know, it's something more like intellectual, right? Or physical or intellectual. You get what I'm saying? I hope I made myself clear with that. And co-create, if this connects back, they're linking me back to the scenario I talked about with like someone that's getting back in the dating scene or someone meeting someone from the past, you know, with the like a single parent potentially, something like that. But they're also showing me how it's like this egg is it's a leopard, this leopard egg, and how an owl and a leopard obviously would not have a baby. That's not possible. But in this depiction, it is. And it's this feeling of your intellect and your prowess, how that can blend together perfectly. And it's this connection. They're showing me how this is also the strength card. Do I have a tarot deck around me? Oh, I have a tarot deck. Okay. So they're showing me the strength card. Let me see if I can specifically, I don't know if this one would look, this is a little bit different, this deck. But they're showing me how it's, what are you saying? Okay, I got a message and I need to make sure that that's right. Let me just tell you what it is and we're going to see if that's right. So this image that I got is a person that you would not necessarily be with. Hold on. Sorry, I should probably, here, okay. Thank you. Okay. So let's say that you are this female, right? You're the female in here, and she is, I'm going to say she has a little peanut butter on her hand or something. She's taming this lion with a little bit of peanut butter. Now, I'm saying this is the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine feminine masculine here as well. And how in order to co-create, to make something that seems nearly impossible is possible because of this faith in your values, this faith in something higher. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm seeing something here. If this feels like a separate message, but then this is like a new energy that I'm getting, a new person that I'm connecting this with potentially. This lion feels deprived. So whether this is an addiction or self-harm on the masculine side, something where he's not taking care of himself in the way that he should, in an empowering way. And the feminine is caring, it's a compassion towards the masculine, but it's she's protecting him from lower energies. So the energies of him where he would fall because they're telling me how a male lion, right? Not a lioness, a lion is nothing without a pack. And he will seek and search out for a pack because he is weak alone. And there were a very long time where he was alone. He was not with people who cared about him. So all of these, I'm seeing like hyenas or some sort of like, they look like dark animals, like boars. I'm just saying them because they're like dark and like coarse hair attacking this lion. And it feels like these energies, these people are attacking this fierce masculine and weakening and weakening and weakening him. And there's something about you in your femininity and in your power and your grace and your ability to see things from a more stable position that is energetically protecting him. Do you see how she's focused on the lion, but she has her hand up, and then we have the infinity, and it seems like these little sparkles. And this is like divine magic, right? But it's the magic of faith and value. Like, he can rest and he's finally able to rest because you are warding off these lower energies by being high vibrational. And you aren't afraid of him, you know? This woman has every reason to be afraid of this wounded animal. He's very unpredictable, and yet she's not. And and the wounded animal also has a reason to be afraid of her, you know? People hunt these lions all the time, and he's been hunted already. So it's this co-creation between the two of you in a more innocent way. It doesn't feel codependent. It feels like you are in your power, and in doing that, he is gaining strength. And in gaining strength, he's too weak. He's too weak to... I mean, he could fight her off, but he's not going to. And so what I'm seeing is him... his strength is to be able to protect her. He's gaining faith and trust in humanity, in her, in himself, that he will never attack her, even though he will be capable of soon, right? And I'm seeing this connecting to a tower. They're showing a tower. So what you're actually doing is you're creating a tower moment. You're deconstructing weak foundations of his past. It feels also connected to you. You're dismantling something from the past. Deconstructing and dismantling it, destroying something from the past that was not good for either of you, but especially for the masculine here. Okay. I'm going to pull another card here. We have slow down, consider your foundation, union of hearts. Yep. That's, basically just repeating what I said. Pause and allow things to unfold. Look at how committed you are to love. a love connection defies explanation. So they're saying just be patient, take your time, don't place, which I don't think that you are placing expectations on this. You can hope, right? You can have, and the numbers, by the way, is 9, 50, and 28. I would combine these if I were you. Add them all together. 9 plus 5 plus 2 plus 8. 9, 10. So 1, 5, 6, 5. I think that that's right. 5, the number 5. I mean, I'm seeing pairs, right? A feminine and masculine, 2 fish, 2 candles. And I'm seeing this as coral reefs and the filtering that coral reefs provide. They filter. And the foundation is considering your foundation. And you see they're away from this, so it's back to the tower for me, you know, back to what I was saying about the tower. And there's pairs in here as well, 2 foxes. I don't know if those are, I don't know what those are, but just 2 animals everywhere. And then of course the union of hearts and these 2. So it just feels like patience, be patient, and you know this already, so it's just confirmation, probably saying good job for being patient, like you're proud of you, like your guardian angels are very proud of you for this, just by following your intuition or following your faith or following your values, and having this understanding of the situation or understanding them. And I saw 333. This is at the bottom of the deck. Archangel Shamuel, embrace healthy relationships. So this is another confirmation to me, especially because Shamuel comes out for me specifically when I'm talking about these very important divine connections with people. We have power of angels. May your angels protect you, guide you, and keep you safe. Surrender your battles. The angels are asking you to hold your peace and surrender the battle to them. And we have look up, look forward, welcome new developments for positive change. So, I mean, once again, this is this thinking energy. And here with the, I don't know if I mentioned it or I just changed the subject too quickly, but it's this blending of that primal, and that I'm hearing prowess, but it's this primal and instinctual energy versus the intellect, the intellectual part about you, and how sometimes it doesn't, for some reason, what I'm seeing here is that sometimes it doesn't match up, it doesn't mesh together, and yet it will, and it has, and it does very, it just does very well, work here very well. And there is an emphasis on this thinking energy, and it doesn't feel like a warning, but I am gonna say it, because I think maybe they're saying, like, once again, good job of not overthinking things. Maybe you would say that in the past, or like something about you would have a tendency to overthink, or maybe you know other people would overthink about this situation and yet you don't. You, again, it's this feeling of falling back into faith. Why overthink something? Why worry about something when if you have faith that it'll work out, or you believe that everything will be fine, then you can release all of that harshness and that expectation. You can just release it and let it flow. And that's exactly what I see that you're doing here. It's you're just moving forward and saying, God, I can handle this. God, you will bring in the courage for me to do the right thing. You will bring in the answers for me to do the right thing. I'm giving it up to you. I'm giving my worries to you. I'm giving my these complications to you. I'm giving this to you. I'm surrendering to you. I'm surrendering surrendering it all is what I'm saying. And they are here. They are here. Your guardian angels are here. God is here, right? Directing your angels. That's what's happening. And you are healing. They are healing. Like this other person, your counterpart is healing. And you are capable and strong to handle it. Whichever direction that it takes, you're going to be able to get through this. And patience. I was trying to see, like, tell me to just be quiet and read it. Patience, no matter what the situation or delay is, your desire will come when it is meant to. So, divine timing, right? Divine timing in this. That's what you're learning through this process is, and the blessing in this, multiple blessings, but one of the biggest blessings I see that's highlighted is learning the art of patience, because in patience you can re-instill, or even with your foundation, like reconsidering your foundation and they're considering their foundation, is building it upon something golden, something that can never, never, never fall, which is faith. You can never falter when you build it upon faith. Birthing new creation, streaming a new world into being. That's exactly what's happening. Is what I'm hearing is it's something powerful, something transcendent. This connection is transcendent, and it defies explanation or logic in some ways because of how transformative it has. Like the only thing that could explain the things that are happening or have happened and will happen is sheer faith in God. It's like that is the miraculous, transcendent thing beyond this world. Something like you're just going to see miracles and miracles and miracles. Because, your guardian angels are helping you realign your life and getting rid of the things that do not align with this situation, this relationship. What is that? Oh, my alarm. My alarm is going off. That is one moment. Gonna pause. And I never set my alarm. At least for this late in the day. So, okay, let's do a separate message. Okay, before I do that, person that this is relating to, they're really highlighting these stars. This is very important. I don't know how this relates to you. Okay, I'm not getting a clear message on this, but look at, they're showing me 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost like wishes. I don't know what this is, if you're wishing on stars or if you watched, what is it called? The shooting stars, if you've been watching one of those meteor showers. But it feels like you're releasing, it could also be prayers, right? It's like you're releasing it, like a prayer. And it's just kind of getting sent out and reverberating into the world. And they want me to let you know that your blocks are cleared. They are cleared. You have to perceive it in that way, which I think you do, but it is true. They are cleared. You just have to be, once again, patient with yourself and other people of adjusting to it, because it kind of relates back to if you're the same person, but I see the interconnectedness of the other energy that I was getting, where the person, I felt there was someone who was reuniting with someone, and how it's like getting adjusted. It's like, I feel like I'm still this person of the past, and so what are these people going to think? Do I have to be that other person that they probably see me as? And it's getting adjusted to this change, this new way of being. You get it? Yeah, you do. Okay, general message for everybody. I'm going to clear this out of the way real quick so we can see. That wants to stay. I'm hearing, and they're showing me the other card. I don't know if it's in here, but it is, where they're saying you are the oracle. There's a card I have. I don't know if it's in this deck or not, but they're saying you are the oracle. So a general message I'm getting is like, what are you being called to do? What is it inside your heart that you feel your guardian angels are sending a message to you that you should be doing in this moment? And it doesn't have to be something drastic, but it's like, are you being called to, do a little self-care? What's your intuition pulling you to do? You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So what I see here is, first of all, you're already doing it. But I see her taking a break, and she's still going down this hallway. She's still going down her path. So you are doing it. But they are acknowledging for you to recognize that, like take a break and really reflect on how far you've come and what patterns you have broken already, things that no longer serve you, that you have let go of, or things that no longer resonate with you, let go of that. And I see her looking back, and she's looking at this. It looks like a little crystal, right? Like a geode over here. And the way that I'm seeing it is, at one point, her collecting geodes, or people in the spiritual community like crystals, okay? Like, it's like you're collecting crystals because you feel like you need these crystals to help you with something. And now you're at a place where you feel like those don't resonate with you anymore. Those crystals you needed for a particular time in your life, and yet when you look at them, it's like, it just doesn't, you don't feel anything anymore from it. Like, it's been cleared. Whatever it is that you were struggling through, it's clear. And you just kind of left them behind. You're like, you know what, it doesn't work for me, and you left. So they're saying, look back on that. Like, don't go back to it, but just reflect and be like, wow, that was a very interesting part of my life, or there's just something that you should reflect on with that. Like, just do it. Basically, you figure it out, because I'm probably just, it sounds like I'm like rambling or something. I don't mean to ramble, I'm sorry. So we have soulmates, 41, and a leg up reversed, 34, yeah, the feeling I'm getting is this is where you were, where you needed help. Again, it's like, look at the times where you did need somebody or you did need help. You were it feels like struggling in some way. There was some struggle, and it feels very recent, like within the past 2 to 3 years. It doesn't feel very long ago, okay? Or it could even be months, but it actually feels like years to me, honestly. 2 to 3 years, and you didn't want to ask for help, or you weren't receiving help, or you couldn't get help. And now you are the soulmate. This could either be a physical person that is connecting with you, or a spirit connecting with you, and you connecting on a more intimate level with spirit in a way that you hadn't before. Or this is a person that you connect with on a deeper level than you haven't before. And taking that time to reflect on where you had perceived that maybe things were very difficult, and maybe it was kind of like just trying to get by, trying to get started, trying to get past something, and you're not resonating with that anymore. You're not in that cycle anymore. You have ascended out of that cycle. And so it does feel, maybe what I'm trying to get towards is to be grateful for where you are, an energy of gratitude, which is an energy of being present. And sometimes to be present is acknowledging the past is in the past, right? Like you can't blend it all into right now. Of course, it created who you are, established who you are. But they're saying, like, reflect on that and how that cultivated who you are today. Like being in the energy of now. And it actually feels like they're saying, like, the future isn't so important as the present. For some reason, they're saying something like that. I'm hoping this makes sense, you guys. Lastly, yeah, time out. Time out. Take time for a much needed break and relax. Once again, just take a break and reflect. Self-fulfilling prophecy and rejuvenation. Take time to rest and recharge your batteries. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Take small steps to diminish your worrying, knowing it's going to be okay, and so it is. Now I would be repeating myself if I just keep going on about this. So that's what I see for you guys. Hope this gets to whomever it needs to. It will. Bye.